morning, y'all. Today is going to be a very hard day for me because I moved 15 hours from home, completely uprooted my life to come live with a boy. My mistake, I know. And last night, a month into living together, he tells me that he's still in love with another girl and is choosing to pursue that instead. I don't really even know how to go about handling this situation. I want to handle it with grace. I want to be okay with it, but it really hurts my heart. And I have nobody to turn to because I'm here by myself. And ooh, I know my life will go forward. I know this is not end all be all. But right now it just kind of feels like it because I'm so stuck. But anyways, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I could have rolled out of bed this morning and just shown up to work like I didn't care, but I decided to dress up. We're gonna put face on, show up for my preschoolers, look good, play good, feel good. So hopefully that goes into effect pretty soon here. But I have to turn to my TikTok. First of all, I have no followers, so nobody's gonna see this, but I don't really have anybody to talk to. So this is my outlet. I'm gonna vlog every second of my day, tell y'all every single little thought. But this is day one, and I know I'm gonna get somewhere. I know I'm gonna be fine. It might not be a straight shot, but it's all for good reason. So I hope y'all have the best day ever, and if you don't, please let me know so that I can be there for you. Okay, bye.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaomi, aka Petite Diva, and this video is inspired by a video that a certain creator made. In that video, the lady was crying and trying to warn women from making the same mistake that she made.
I didn't listen when it was told to me, so maybe I can help somebody else out. Please, please, please do not move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend until you're married. Or unless you know for certain they're the one. Because I get not everybody aspires to marriage. But just always be careful. And even when you live with somebody, always have your own. Because if things go left or you have to move out or whatever the situation is, like, you need to make sure that you're taken care of and that you're okay. And I didn't listen. So please be smarter than me. Be better than me.
Now, the lady said that she was warned when she wanted to move in with a boyfriend, but she didn't listen. And now she's trying to warn women or people in general not to move in with their partner until they are very, very sure that that person is the one or they are married. She also said that you should have your own thing going for you, so your own money and everything, so that in case the relationship breaks down and you might have to move, you are not going to move empty-handedly, or you are not going to be anxious about things. Anyway, people had things to say about people moving in with their partner before marriage and how playing house can either be a good thing or a bad thing.
That girl that came on here and told y'all that when you move in with a man, before you are engaged or married, you are playing house. And 9 out of 10, it will set you up for failure. She said nothing wrong. And the comments under her video is the reason why so many women end up so heartbroken. Because y'all don't know how to read the room, and y'all don't know how to use discernment. And y'all don't listen to the women that came before y'all, because y'all want to be know-it-alls and think that it can never be you. But baby, it will be you. It can always be you. And if younger women actually start listening to older women, it will save y'all from a lot of heartache, okay? Just listen. Because the game has not changed. It has not changed at all. And y'all got to be better than that. And stop being mean to her. Because it's giving pick me in them comments, like, for real. Stop it.
Fair warning, when you decide to play house with someone, which means you go over to their place all the time, you guys are cooking meals together all the time, you guys are pretty much together all the time, your heart is going to break in a much more painful way than it would if you did not play house. And I get it, it's fun to play house, it's fun to like be over at their place all the time and like pretend like you guys are officially together forever, but that is why it hurts so badly. Because they were your person that you went to whenever you had an issue, a problem, a thought, anything. It's like they were your person. Think about it. Who's the person you would ask, like, what should we do for dinner? And then you go order dinner, you make dinner. It's like they are your person. And so if they are all of a sudden out of the equation, that's why it's so painful. It's like you don't even know how to operate anymore because they were your second half. But the thing is, it's like if you were never even married, you guys were just living together just because, or maybe you're in the dating stage and you're just pretending like you're together and you're playing house. It's like that shit hurts like hell. It's like you start to bring your toothbrush over and your shit over to their place and like and your pajamas and all your stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like you could basically live there. Like you don't even have to go home because all your stuff is there, and their place feels better than going home because they're there and you just want to be with them. You naturally gravitate towards the thing that makes you feel comfortable, happy, safe, secure. Even if you know it's like it might not be the best relationship, you know deep down it's like I'm happy and that's all that matters. Sometimes the heart speaks louder than the gut, if you know what I mean. Your gut's probably like, why the hell are you playing house with someone? You know this might hurt really badly, and your heart's just like, but I'm in love, this feels so good, oh my god. You finally have someone that will just make you your coffee in the morning and you make them breakfast and you can do all the things that make you happy, but you also do it for them because it makes them happy too. And you're like, well dang, if I can cook and do all the things that make me happy and then give it to my person and then they get even more happy and you clean their place and just do all the things and then spend the day together, but then also have your alone time, it's like, damn, like this feels so good. Why would you not want to play house, right? So that's the fair warning I'm just trying to give you guys, because playing house is fun. That's how you kind of grow and evolve within the relationship. But setting boundaries is also important. For example, you can decide that you only want to see this person or like sleep over at their place a couple nights a week. And that means it's a promise to yourself. So even though you want to sleep over there many times or like 7 days a week, you made a promise to yourself because you guys aren't married. You guys aren't like sealing the deal, you know? And it's like you're protecting yourself, but you're still growing and evolving within the relationship. That's entirely up to you, but like it's just an idea.
When the girls in the old head start talking about, oh, you need to be engaged before you live with a man, you need to be married before you have that man baby, because, you know, da-da-da. I don't see why they be getting so much pushback. Somebody tell y'all to stop playing house and y'all get upset, that's a little crazy to me. And I say this as a wedlock warrior. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a cop. I'm just saying, what's wrong with them advocating for a little protection? What's wrong with advocating for a little security? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because, yeah, sure, it worked out for me. Like, I was moving crazy and it worked out. But, like, I bet on love. And gambling is insane. With a man? Girl, that's crazy. And I feel like when the girls start getting defensive, being like, oh, you just got to do what works for you. If it worked out for me, da-da-da. I feel like when that happens, like, y'all are just forgetting that luck exists. If you moved, like, in a non-traditional fashion with a man and it worked out, you know, we should remember that you're lucky. You're the exception, not the rule. What the rule is, you know what I'm saying? What the norm is men on Twitter right now talking about they want child support forgiveness instead of just raising them children. Norm, okay, is 1 week on, 1 week off because they done had a baby with somebody and he might have been cool throughout the pregnancy and then that baby dropped and now he acting insane. Now he auditioned for Curly Girls, tripping. That's what's going on outside. Now, could that be avoided by a little white man's paperwork? Maybe. Maybe not. But what's wrong with advocating for a little security? What's wrong with double down a little bit? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like once Grandma Linda started talking about that cow and that milk and buying and this and that, I think maybe you should listen. Maybe you should hear her out.
Please, please, please do not move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend until you're married. Or unless you know for certain they're the one. Because I get not everybody aspires to marriage.
You know what's really getting me though? I see a lot of people in her comments saying, well, you won't really know who somebody really is until you move in and you get to really see what they... And to a certain extent, I'm not going to deny that. You could genuinely find out exactly who somebody is, you know, or even more about somebody when you're in the same space as them 24/7, right? I also feel like a lot of people aren't really learning from other folks' mistakes, right? You don't have to go to full length to go live with somebody to figure out exactly who they are. People are not Oscar award-winning actors. If you're paying attention to how they speak, how they carry themselves, right? Certain things about, like, it's really about paying attention, paying close attention to what's going on in front of you. You don't have to move in to find this out. I try to live this life in the humblest way possible. I'm learning from everybody. I'm learning from their experiences, right? I'm not going to sit here and say because I'm me, it's going to be completely different for me. Does that make me live in fear? No. What it allows me to do is find different routes, figure out different ways to find people out. That's literally what that allows me to do. Let me tell y'all something, right? I would much rather eat rocks for the rest of my life than move in with somebody I'm not married to. Stay away from me. We could spend hours together. You know what I mean? We could go out. We could do what? Sleep over. But go home. Out of y'all mind.
Okay, this is it. Stop playing house with these guys in your dating. What do I mean by that? I mean just that. Stop playing house with these men and you're dating them. You're not a rental car, okay? You're not a rental car. You don't get to test drive you to see if it fits him. You're not a rental car. You're not a hotel room. He don't get to come by and lay at the hotel and see if he liked the hotel. You're not that. If he doesn't want to commit to you, then you need to move on, because there's a man who will honor you and will respect you and will not want to test drive you before he marry you. We got to stop doing that. We got to get back to the way things are supposed to be done, the right way, God's way, because that's the way it works. Because all this other stuff, it just cheapens you. That's all it does. All right, girl, that's my tip.
I saw this quote by Tana Mojo that said, they want to play house with you until you want to make that house a home. And this is something that I feel like I talk about a lot on here. And if she saw my account, she probably would not agree with it. She would probably hate everything that I say. But it is so true that a lot of men out there are going to be comfortable and okay with doing all of those things. And I don't know if this is what she meant specifically, but the way I read it was, men are comfortable with you doing things for them that are giving them pleasure, like what a wife would do, like what a long-term partner would do. They're comfortable with you, buying them things, cooking for them, sleeping with them, living with them or moving in with them, having, hookups, whatever you want to call it, whatever it might look like for you. A lot of men are going to be comfortable with that until it comes time to make a commitment. Make a commitment to me in terms of marriage, in terms of engagement. Make a commitment in terms of maybe being official. Make a commitment in terms of you not living in lust anymore and you living with me with eyes only for me. Whatever that home looks like for you, I strongly suggest and urge women to stop playing house with men who do not want to make a home with you. Stop playing house with men that are continually showing you they have no interest in being faithful. They have no interest in only having eyes for you. They have interest in having eyes for every other girl online, every other girl on the street, every other girl at the gym, wherever it may be. Because I promise you will kill yourself every day wondering, why am I not enough for him to be committed? Why am I not enough for marriage? Why am I not enough for this man to just be faithful to me? It is a literal death by 1,000 cuts. It is literally a slow burn, a slow torture, and a slow death of any relationship or the love that you have in your heart. It is not fair for you to be going through that, and it is not fair for anyone to treat someone else that way.
I didn't listen when it was told to me, so maybe I can help somebody else out.
When I was 24 years old, my grandmother gave me some very sage advice. May her soul rest in peace. She said to me, if you ever live with a man, make sure you have your own money and make sure you have your own things. Because it doesn't matter how much you love that man and you think that man love you, a man is still a man, so always have a plan for yourself. And that never left me. I was always a saver because I grew up with my grandmother, and that's what old people do, specifically children of the Depression, and she grew up poor in Jamaica, so I always saved. But on that day, I made an extra effort where I always had something put to the side where you keep that to yourself. That is your break glass in case of an emergency plan. Because you could have the best man in the world, and some people do, and they never have to use it, or they use it for both people in the relationship. But just in case something happened, always have your other plan, even if it's $1,000 to get out of where you are because it has become unsafe, or $10,000 for you to go start a whole new life somewhere completely different. Sidebar, and this is the other reason why I think nursing is important. Nursing's not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? Are there avenues you can take with your nursing license to make a lot of money? Yes, but nursing provides you with a set of skills that if you are in a bad situation, you have a clean license, you can go start over, make you some money, and take care of yourself and your kids. So ladies, stay vigilant and always have a plan.
Situation is like, you need to make sure that you're taken care of and that you're.
And I just want to add on to that, I always advocate for that. Like, I don't care who you is, I don't care who you married to, who you date, who you engaged to, I don't care about none of that. I always say, it don't matter what type of situation I'm in. I don't care if I live with my man, I don't give a damn if me and my man live separate. Whatever it is, I'm always be able to take care of myself. I don't care if I'm a housewife and I'm getting taken care of. You best believe I'm gonna have some money on the back end. Cause it's like, I understand, cause you're supposed to be married to that person, you're supposed to be committed and all this and the third. But if shit hit the fan, what you gonna do? That nigga kick you out. What you gonna do? So you the housewife, you ain't got no money, right? You depend on him for everything. Now what you gonna do? Especially if you got kids, what you gonna do? I mean, you can put him on child support, I guess, but like, what you gonna do in the meantime? And I understand people got family and stuff they can live with, but that nigga your everything, and you depend on everything for him, that shit gonna fuck you up. And I'm only 21. I ain't never lived with no man, and if I ever do, best believe I'm gonna still have myself on the back end, always.
Please do not move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend until you're married.
This piece of advice is always something that my mom has always told me and that I have learned from my family members. But I will never forget the day that one of my cousins told me to do this. She told me that I should live with a man by myself and that, I should just try it out. That's how I knew that she secretly had to hate me. Had to. Because she had an experience where she lived with a man and they were together and they were going to be engaged after moving in, and it didn't go well. I just never understood how you had such a horrible experience dealing with a man that you lived with, but yet you're giving me that as advice. I would honestly second not to live with the man until you're married, honestly, because you're playing a dangerous game. And a lot of the times you guys just, not to be rude, but a lot of people move in with like their boyfriends and they don't know them well enough. But that was a time I knew that my cousin had some type of animosity towards me.
Now, I'm so sorry for the creator because I checked her page and it seems like she has not been having the best of times in the last few months. I think she has been studying for an exam or something for a year and she failed it. Then her relationship broke down and I believe she was moved in with the person and she didn't really have like a financial backup, so she had to move out of the house. She moved back with her parents. It's just been not so good for her in the last few months and I'm hoping that things will get better for her. I'm praying that this is just a rough patch for her and she will come out stronger, happier and wiser. Anyway, a lot of people have talked about moving in with your boyfriend before you are married, and some people are like, it's a no, it's not something that you're supposed to do at all, and some people have given reason why it might be a good thing. Now personally, I've said it in some of my other videos, I don't believe in moving in with someone that is not my husband. So if we are married traditionally, legally, that's court marriage, or white wedding, that's the church marriage. Once we've done a marriage ceremony, then I can move in. So it might be traditionally first, it might be court, any which one. Once it has been officially declared that we are husband and wife, yes, I can move in. But before then, I cannot move in with anybody. I'm sorry, this is my own personal opinion. I don't just think it's the right thing to do. But some people have said that it might be a good thing because you get to see the person's character before you eventually get married and build a family, or get married and continue your life. And if the person is not on point, you can always live without any issues. Now, that might be an easy decision for those that have not given birth to children, but some people will move in with their boyfriends, have 1, 2, 3, 4 children, and then they eventually don't marry, they break up, and the woman will now have to leave, or there's so much mess and everything because they already have children. So it's not like going to be that easy to up and leave, like some people have said can be done when you break up. Now, some people have also said that they moved in with their partner before marriage, even before engagement, and they are happily married, they have kids, and there's no issue. So they would not say that moving in and playing house with your partner is a bad thing. So they feel like it's a good thing, and it allows you to adjust to married life. Now, like I said, this whole thing is not for me. Moving in with a boyfriend before marriage is not for me. I think most times in Nigeria is not like looked upon as a good thing. However, it does happen because in the case where the boyfriend is really, really rich and the girl is not from a like well-to-do family, the family will not blink if the girl says she wants to move in with a boyfriend, especially if the person is having a house in a really like wealthy area, or even having a house that is far more better than where she's coming from. They would not blink. And also, if the guy is also taking care of the parents, like he's giving the parents like an allowance, they will gladly allow the lady to go and live in with her boyfriend. But majorly in Nigeria, it's not something that is encouraged, that a lady should go and move in with a boyfriend or something. Now, she could go and cook and clean and do all the wifey duties, but not stay like I'm moving in and packing in. Maybe go for a weekend or something like that, or a week and come back. That might, then I look at that as okay, but you go and pack your properties and live like you're married. Not a lot of parents will like that, but like I said, it differs on the capabilities sometimes and the moral standing of the parents. Now, like I've mentioned, for some people, moving in with their boyfriend and playing house is okay. It ends up being the best decision for them. While some, it ends up being the worst decision they've made. So it generally is like what might work for someone might not work for you. So you have to take a risk if you want to move in with your partner before marriage, or you don't want to move in before marriage. So I think the whole thing boils down to it being a personal decision for people. But like I said, I don't think I can do that. But I don't know what you guys think about moving in with your partner and playing house before you are either engaged or married. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a terrible idea? And do you think that if anybody is moving in with their partner before marriage, they should move in without thinking of the financial aspect or having a financial backup in case things go south, in case things go wrong? I don't know what you guys think about this whole topic of playing house before marriage. I would love to hear your own thoughts about it. Are you for it or are you against it? So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.